let's talk a little bit about injuries next. So, many dancers struggle with chronic overuse injuries. And how would you say that targeted strength training could help reduce injury risk and also support long term career longevity for dancers?
Yeah, so we are all aware of the injuries that happen with dance. Most of them do end up being chronic overuse injuries, which is really common, especially because and you think about the structure of a ballet class, like we're starting with pliés every time we go to tendus, we go to dégagés. Like we follow the same format, and while we might not have the same exact class every time, and there's different variations in the combinations that we're doing, it's still the same movements and it's still very repetitive. And so dancers, especially ballet dancers, if they're taking ballet 4 nights a week, taking class 4 nights a week, then that's a lot of repetition. And so we see that chronic overuse injuries being one of the most common things. And I think if they started more strength training, there's so many benefits of resistance training, even if they weren't a ballet dancer and it was just long term health reasons. And when they eventually stop dancing, like they still going to have the strength that they need to be doing whatever kind of activity they want. But so not only with strength training do you increase the strength of the muscles, but you also increase bone density, and make the bones thicker and stronger and less susceptible to stress fractures or a full fracture. And I think it's also important to do strength training because, again, we're focused on the muscles and what action the muscles are doing and the muscles getting stronger. But not only do the muscles get stronger, the tendons and ligaments also get stronger. And that takes a little more time. I read somewhere in a research study that it was when I was in physical therapy for a tendon injury, like a chronic tendinopathy, and they said for the rehab process, it takes at least 12 weeks of physical therapy to then see if the tendon is responding well. And most people want to quit after 6 weeks, or a lot of insurance companies only grant you 6 weeks of physical therapy too. So when I got to that point of wanting to, I was like, I'm so tired of physical therapy. Like, I feel like it's good. I don't, I feel like my tendon's good now. I don't want to do it anymore. I forced myself to stay for the full 12 weeks to then really see the benefits. And that's where a lot of re-injuries occur too, is when people do their PT exercises and then they're done. Or the pain suddenly stops and they go back to dancing full out on 100%. So a lot of those injuries that are chronic overuse injuries also occur in the tendons and ligaments. And so you're overall increasing the joint stability and um, being able to make the tendons and ligaments strong enough to have the body in different positions is really important.